Hey everyone, welcome to our second community meeting. We actually just changed the name of the community meeting because initially I started with the idea of all things AI. Then I thought about we're actually talking mostly about agents here. So we updated to all things AI agents community meeting and hopefully you all like it better that way. I think it's more relevant to what we are doing. So I am so excited about this meeting. I know we did a round of intro last time, so we're not going to repeat a round of intro, but we have a tons of agenda on the list. But if somebody who hasn't introduced yourself, we would love to give you a chance to introduce yourself. I know Denise, you haven't. Maybe you can quickly introduce because you're our speaker anyway. So, and let's see. I think Shane, you haven't introduced. Is that right? Who else hasn't introduced? Yeah, go ahead, Denise. Maybe quickly introduce yourself.
Yeah, sure. Thank you. Hi, everyone. Actually, my name is Dennis. I'm senior SRE for the Nelson EQ. This is some kind of AI-driven data analytics platform. And yeah, as a beyond of that, I'm public speaker and really interesting with the, I call it AI reliability engineering. So I'm working on this and all kind of solo IO products like AI gateway, agent gateway, car agent, and whatever. They really in the zone of interesting. And and today I'm gonna to share let's say some interesting stuff, experience related to the Kubernetes controllers, K-agent itself, and using MCP and all this stuff. And and also we can speak with some kind of open issues around all this setup because of there are some. Yeah, thank you.
Awesome. Thank you. Welcome. So excited to see you here, and we'll get to your experience sharing very shortly. Who else hasn't introduced? Evan, were you here last week? Do you want to give a quick intro?
Oh, me? Yeah, I just watched the Dennis video, and I worked with Dennis before, and I got hooked and really excited about the technology. So I just want to know more. I want to know more about the K agent, and that's why I joined.
Awesome. Thank you. Welcome. Anyone else who hasn't introduced want to give a quick intro? Shane, were you here last week?
I know this is my first one. So, hey, folks,
Welcome.
I'm Shane also from Solo. I'm VP of Engineering here. Really excited to see what you guys are doing with K Agent and see if there's anything we could build to support you.
Awesome. Thank you, Shay. I think I saw maybe one last unfamiliar name. Actually, it might be gone. So let's start our topic for today without further ado. One thing I want to quickly mention is how many of you are excited K-Agent is being donated to CNCF as a sandbox project. In fact, I believe the TOC, because I'm also serving on the CNCF TOC, I believe the TOC is going to review our project in the next week or two. So we would really appreciate if you haven't done this, if you can go to the link in the meeting minutes, which I'm going to bring up and also send to the chat. If you can go to the project, actually, if somebody else can send to the chat for me, I would appreciate that because I'm sharing my screen. It's a little hard to navigate. So we would really appreciate if you can give us an emoji here. That means a lot to us. And also, if you're excited about K-Agent, or if you have interesting user cases about K-Agent that you would be willing to share, we would really love you can add a comment into this issue because this is where the TOC is going to be looking at when they decide if K-Agent makes sense to be accepted as a sandbox project. So thank you all for doing that. Really, really appreciate that. Now I'm going to pass the mic to our special guest, Denise. We were so excited to see your YouTube video last week, and we would love to hear what you are building around K-Agent. Do you want to take the screen sharing?
Yeah, thank you. It's not so special, but really, yeah, I have some kind of slides for you to just to give me a second. Yeah, this one. So just to respect your time, and yeah, I have just a few slides. I guess you can see my slides. Yeah, now.
Yes.
Yeah, good. So yeah, a few slides because of maybe soon I will create some kind of demo on YouTube and whatever, because of it's a bit sensitive information on especially this case. That's why I need to play with this, you know. So in the short terms, we're working on promotion controller that we call it. This is the custom Kubernetes controller that works for the whole kind of release process in our project in company. So this is the hundreds of the applications, tens of development teams and whatever. So this is the flow or the way how we process releases. So every day, daily, and maybe I don't know, several times in day we have some kind of promotion. And this case, especially how we integrate, because of this is the first maybe steps to integrate with the AI, let's say, and the K-Agent. This is the really, really good interface, because all of the stuff we are working on, it's all about the Kubernetes native approach. No scripts, no pipelines, let's say, but only the custom controllers and all stuff inside of the Kubernetes and all these things. So in short terms, on the schema, so on the left side, we have some kind of Kubernetes environments, and can be prod, dev, stable, training, experiments, whatever. Based on it, there is a custom controller. Maybe I'm pretty much sure that you are aware about the custom controls itself, because of this is the Kubernetes itself, the controllers. So we have some kind of custom controller that works on, let's say, application CRDs. CRDs, this is the custom resource definition, that we instrument all of our application with these CRDs. So the controller that watch, edit, update, or reconcile the application with the environments. But the point is, for now, that our controller actually based on some kind of API to have the possibility to integrate with the platform engineering systems, some kind of chat, MS Teams, Slack, and whatever. Even we have a CLI. But on top of this, because of our maybe roadmap was to really integrate to the platform engineering systems, because of this is the easiest way for the developers to manipulate all the things, to have observability and all this stuff. But the agents and the MCP that we call the model context protocol, this is the new, let's say, era of new possibilities too. And especially the K-Agents that's based on Aftergan. This is some kind of framework to create the agent, and I hope soon we will have some kind of prepared Solio framework for the agents, maybe. Not sure, but yeah. So to these things as MCP and agents itself give us ability to to integrate with the AI native approach to work with all the things. And I will show you. There are some kind of embedded agents already in K-agent, and I really appreciate for the K-ATS agent. This is all about the tools related to the Kubernetes itself. For sure, Istio, Helm, Argo, that's fine. But as you can see on this schema, we integrate for the custom controller our own MCP server. So each API calls or API functions or API features that controller can actually supply to the customers, we include to the MCP server. And our integration point is the K-agent and MCP server for the controller. You can find we have add to 10. This is the name of our control. So we have extend the K-agent with our special tools that we are already implemented in the custom controller to have ability ask and play with all these features via AI. Also, I use Flux operator controller. I will show you. Yeah, this is the experimental feature for the Flux operator, and it's also supplied with the MCP server. So we we based on the GitOps based on the Flux, and also we extend our agents with the Flux MCP server. So we have our release process, we have a Flux process, and also two more cases. This is the Kubernetes native agent by Sol.io that you can play with any resources inside of the Kubernetes cluster. And one more, this is the all kind of MCP server for all kind of documentation, because we have Confluence, we have GitLab documentation, we have GitHub documentation, and there is an approach to create the documentation to vector. So for the vectorized database, all kind of your documentation. Next, you can integrate it as an MCP tool. So from the single messenger, you can ask about everything about the documentation, ADRs, any schemas, and whatever, any status for resources of Kubernetes, for your GitOps resources, and most important for the releases. And just in 1 minute, I would like to show you the case we are working on it. For sure, I'm sorry, I'm really close some kind of sensitive data, because of this is the real case of the we have some kind of production release issue, and this is the flow, how we investigate and how we use the K-agent. This is the experimental for sure, but anyway, this is some kind of side assistance as a SRE, because we are SRE team, and this is some kind of assistant for us. First of all, we need to, this is some kind of steps. So first, anomaly detection, investigation, some kind of logs, traces, whatever. Next, we need to discover the root cause, find the solution, make the changes, and confirm that everything fine. You can find the timestamp, and this is the point to improve, because it's take maybe 30 minutes, because of it's a really complex problem. It was really complex issues, let's say. But anyway, first, we detect that something going wrong because of there is no notification that we have automatically process with the release. So, and I know that time and date where the release should be promoted, all the application, whatever. So, and I received the notification. In case of no notification, this is the point of something anomaly, Next, we got the controller down. I mean the Flux controller, one of the controller down. That's why there is no promotion and reconciliation and all. So we can detect the logs and anomaly inside of the logs automatically. Next, we can find the root cause because of, for example, agent, it's return me the answer that first, your release still in process. This is the problem. I found the logs for the controller is down. We need to restart it, for example. Yeah. And next, the root cause. This is the really incorrect misconfiguration inside of the image policy. This is the part of the Flux. We need to fix it. For sure, for now, we're not really ready to fix it without the human, let's say, step in, because of we need the change on the, our source control. We need to open the MRPR, whatever, and approve it. And next, we can confirm that everything fine. Agent to confirmation for agent, this is fine. But the changes, this is the point for now, because of first of all, this is the let's say open issue for today, because we need some kind of integration with the RBAC, role-based access control inside of the Kubernetes, because of for sure we can run the key agents and all kind of MCP with the admin privileges, but it's not a case for the productions, you know. That's why integration with the user impersonate, RBAC, and found some kind of multi-tenant and multi-cluster solution. This is the main points that we are working now, because yes, I can show you. This is a lot of MCP servers, and you can find that it's already for GitLab, for GitHub, and whatever. You already can have ability to open the MRs, PRs. Even you can make the code review with agents, and next you can approve it. But before this, we need to 100% sure that everything fine with the granular access to the infrastructure to control the whole process and whatever. So this is the maybe thing we are working now, and for sure I would like to have the fully automated process and spend no, let's say 30 minutes, but for example 5 or 7 minutes to decrease this gap between the detection of anomaly and confirmation that everything fine. So, and maybe soon I will show you or show community and whatever some kind of more wide example with the demos and whatever. But first I need to play with some kind of sensitive information. Yeah. So this is it, I guess, for my side. And if you have any question, just let me know.
Well, this is amazing, by the way. So if I understood correctly, you build like 3 agents. One is Flux, one is for your internal control, internal
release controller, yeah.
The release controller, and one for something from the related
documentation,
to MCP docs. Do you consider contributing some of these agents when appropriate back to the K-agent community for other people to leverage? I know you're still doing testing, so I'm just curious on your thoughts on that.
Yeah, actually, for the contributing, yes, there is a plan, because of for sure this is the really interesting engineering stuff, and also for now I teach the courses for the Kubernetes and DevOps, and this month and next month, I have some kind of team of the listeners, engineers that we are working in, and I plan to have the hackathon, especially based on the K-agent, MCP agents, and whatever with this group. So maybe we have some kind of interesting for you, for community soon, maybe next month. Yeah, this is the plan.
Awesome. Anyone else have questions for Denise?
Hey, yeah, Dennis. Oh my God. Amazing, like super cool to see, like as someone who I think I'm internally having that moment as someone who created software and then or like helped to create software and then you are just getting so much value out of it and that's like a really heartwarming feeling. So I'm so glad. Now the thing that this is the question I have is a bit more specific. You mentioned about RBAC and authorization and that's something that we're also going to be adding on to K-Agent. So I was wondering, one, what you're thinking there, and two, if we could work together to add it to the framework. Rather, I just was wondering what you were thinking about doing there, and if we could work together.
Absolutely, absolutely, and I guess we have some kind of. Let me show you. Yeah, in Discord, we already have some kind of discussion about the multi-cluster, multi-tenancy, and whatever. And now, for the scale, I guess the integration with the RBAC, this is the main, let's say, blocker for now, because of different users can use the same agents, multiply namespaces, clusters, and whatever. Yes, we can spread out key agent and agents for whole infrastructure, but this is not a real proper way because of, for example, our release controller, this is the multi-cluster. So the single controller can manage tens of the clusters from the single point, and we can switch between the roles, between the tokens, and all kind of, access control for this. The same I would like to for the agent tools. What tools we can use? What the permission, read-only, view, and whatever. What kind of namespace? So granular access to the, especially for the clusters. Yeah, this is the good point. Thank you, Ethan. Thank you.
Yeah, no, that makes total sense. And yeah, you know what? I'll go ahead and either today or tomorrow morning, I'll create an issue and I'll create an issue with like the general requirements and we can start, you can add your thoughts and we can start having that conversation in the open. Because you're right. I mean, it's incredibly important. And it's gonna, yeah, we need to unify on an approach and support.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah, I just want to add that I think this unique approach, instead of modifying resources like directly, like what we did in the current demo, going via GitOps, it's introduced additional safety, additional like proper way how actually the teams working around, right? We have most of the teams now using some sort of Argo or Flux, one of those. And I think having this in that direction will be very beneficial for the community, for the users, because they will see that it's exactly the way they can use it. And it's also a safe way because you can have all the approval process in the loop, all kind of reviews, all things as usually. Let's see how it will be possible to do, but definitely that's a very interesting direction.
Yeah, the Flux operator MCP, they have some kind of maybe 20 or something tools inside of this MCP, and it's already include all kind of changes on the source control. And in my case, the same. We use the image automation on whatever, so it's only through the GitOps because of there is no imperative or tactical changes, only from the source, because this Flux, this is the way how the Flux works actually, and for sure. But Another option is to have another, let's say, agent that can process the code review and maybe, accept these MRs because of, because
Yep.
in case, because of we're trying to avoid, I mean, in my team, we're trying to less as possible use the human review because of this is the plenty chance to have the mistakes, and we have a lot of interesting cases when the single human mistake can really destroy the things. That's why we need assistance also for the review.
Okay, and maybe one more question. Until now, at least I've seen most of the agents are having human in the loop pattern, and then you chat with something, you asking questions, you trigger actions. What kind of triggers for the agents do you use, and how often do you see that in case of many events you're over using some, because it's multiplying, right? So each event will result in multiple LLM cost. So you have a risk of triggering and too many events and too much expensive LLM, right? How are you actually protecting yourself from this? And what is your actual triggers and how much you can decide, okay, this is important event, or maybe I need to wait, maybe I'm now saving money, things like that.
Yeah, it's absolutely a good question because of we can stuck in a loop, for example,
Exactly,
something
we've seen it.
some issues at night, and no trigger and whatever, and self-decision, and this is the some kind of prevent mechanism. One of the good example I would like to say, this is the gateway API, and we have an issue with the gateway API HTTP route, and this is the first thing that agent can detect that HTTP route configuring properly the same for the gateway, but in case you are not asking the more questions, it cannot realize that the problem is that to these resources decoupling and really service doesn't work at all because of correct, gateway is okay, HTTP route is okay, but I got the answer that everything fine, so that's why the first step for the human, no, it's not okay, the service is down, you need to proceed next. This is the first thing. So the second one, what is the trigger for us, for example? First, this is some kind of for sure this is the reactive for now. It's not a proactive because of we not on a stage that we can give all kind of permissions to agents to change the infrastructure. That's why we most in the reactive stage, and we review the changes, we review the decisions and whatever. So there is no smooth flow at the moment. And for the cost of the API calls, each agent, it's about, I don't know, it's about 1,000, 8 or 10,000 of tokens because of system prompt. And each time we send the system prompt to the model. That's why we would like to use our internal LLMs, because there are some of them, and use our special LLMs, especially that's fine-tuned or anything related to our infrastructure, our ADRs and whatever. And this is maybe the step to reduce the cost and whatever, because of with the just the simple question.
There is a trade-off on this. Maybe sorry for interrupting
No
this,
problem.
because when let's say I've seen recently example of a team who also trained their model and they actually using 4 or 7 billion model, smaller one, which is fits into one GPU unit in the cloud. And they said that if you go with custom models like this, you can save it on S3 somewhere, you can load it, and then you have a window. When this window is open, you can use it for just for some certain fixed price. If you're not using it, it's automatically disabled. So basically, can we connect your observability events processing in some kind of windows or batches? Because in this way, we can leverage, a cheaper model, which we will be very much focused at train the model, which will start for 5 minutes, run some checks, then go to sleep for another 20 minutes or 30 minutes, right? Or how often do you see now in your example, how often you need to trigger agents to think about, or maybe we can use different type of agents for just on call, and then it may decide, should I involve bigger models or bigger other agents on demand and things like that? Do you use any
I guess
optimization like this? Yeah.
I guess this is the first. We can use this model balancing, so model mesh and whatever. This is the one of the approach to switch between the low cost or third-party API models and whatever. And this is the one big part of discussion, And the second one, for now, the main trigger to involve the agent is that it's really something happen because of this is the, let's say, reaction, because no trust to be proactive, for example, anomaly detection and whatever, because of you need some kind of time to get the more statistic, more understanding the patterns and whatever, for especially model to understand this anomaly of not. Because of for today, I guess we are not ready for this proactive approach. So something triggering with the monitoring, we can find in parallel. The same as for example, my teammate that I'm just ask him, you did you see we have some kind of problem? Okay, the same question I can put to the agent. So, and we can play with this issue in parallel, because logs, tracing, anything with because you spend time to open the manifest, check some configuration, find the logs and whatever. It can, for example, the KS agent that included in the K agent, it's just check it in seconds, So I spent 2 minutes, it spent 2 seconds.
Yeah, makes sense. It can be faster.
Yeah.
All right, great question on this topic. Thank you so much, Denise, for taking through your
Thank you for your time.
experience. Yeah, really excited to see what you build. If you're running any workshop with K-Agent, need help, definitely engage us so we could potentially be part of it as well. With that, I think we have a lot of topic on the agenda. I'm not sure if we'll be able to...
Lynn, can I just suggest one more thing?
Yes, please.
I mean, guys, you guys doing such an amazing stuff. Do you think that we should, or I don't know if together, or you guys want send it to KubeCon? There is KubeCon America coming up. And I think that this is a great topic that people will want to learn. Is basically everything that's related to the CNCF. And I'm sure
already sent. Yeah, thank you. Already sent. Yeah, but I'm really have already reject from the London, KubeCon, but I expecting, I hope maybe, because of it's absolutely exciting. Yeah.
So you got rejected for Europe. Did you get into the rejects or?
Yeah. So I was rejected by KubeCon for the all this stuff with the controllers and whatever, because of London is super excited, and it was over helmet, I guess, with the topics and whatever. But let's say let's say we have North America, and I hope
Yeah, we still have time. So by the way, this is open to Denise and also anybody else in the community who wants to partner with somebody else in the K-Agent community, because what we are trying to do is, because sometimes when you submit talks for KubeCon, it does help when you have a co-speaker from a different company. So I think this type of collaboration really increase your chance of getting accepted. And I do agree with Edith. This is a pretty hot topic, right? K-Agent was one of the top future AI topic in cloud native cited by Chris Anizak in a CNCF governing board meeting. So I do think, if anybody interested or wants to, I'm happy to be the person connecting the dots, and I'm also happy to be helping you review your talks. If
Any help
anybody
you want, because
interested.
Lynn has tons of experience. Christian Posta, I'm hoping, is here. No, he's not. He's not. Yeah, but anyway, he has a lot of experience. Peter has a lot of experience. So I think that a lot of those people can help you, because they know what we should say in order to get accepted.
Yeah.
So I mean, if you need
I'll-
help you.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'll also create a channel on Discord, and we can like chat and brainstorm some good talks.
Exactly. And let us know how we can help, because we would love to help.
What is the name of the channel?
Oh, I haven't created it yet. I
Okay,
will create
perfect.
it,
We'll
yeah.
update the team. Awesome. This is great. So Edith, I know last time you kind of asked about the community users, about K-Agent and Agent Gateway. Are there any major gaps, especially with you, Denise and Dimitri, and many of you are building kind of K-Agent or Agent Gateway into your internal company? And we would love to hear from you, what are the major gaps you are thinking you want us to build or partner with you so we can create something that's useful for you? So I kind of
think
want
we are trying to translate the existing gaps into the PRs currently. I think that's that's what we are doing.
Your laundry list?
Now that was like a brainstorming based on the last week, and I think some of the things already addressed. And I was also reading some of the posts from Dennis on his Telegram chat, and I was like thinking, it's a good idea to connect like the VS Code with or Cursor with some agents. Then I don't know if you want to go over it, or we just leave it. Maybe some people will create some discussions separately on the GitHub.
You talk about the major ones. I mean,
so the major ones, what I'm trying to understand also, if like similar what we just mentioned in the presentation, the number of MCP agents and the whole like market is like exploding, right? So we are in this Cambrian period when all these MCPs are around, like every day you see another 100, right? And basically, the quality is not there. Honestly, like you see what these MCPs are doing. I've seen a couple of them which are just going to some internal SQLite database of other application, query something and give it away, which is like not a good design, right? Not everything is done via proper APIs, proper things. It's basically quick and dirty. And many colleagues also complaining that they say, okay, we are sitting and writing proper tools connected to the proper open APIs and translating this, when some people like who has no experience in software, they just release MCP every day without any idea with all the modern tools and vibe coding and so on and so on. So the question is like, okay, what is a trusted registry for MCP agents? Like, can we somehow allow in the wizard, when we're creating a remote agent or connecting additional agent, can we reuse some of those? Can we, for example, connect to the ecosystem of Docker, which will be most probably the trusted source as everything else, or maybe a few others? Or for example, maybe we need to start our own kind of like a trusted list of MCPs or something like this, you know, internally. I know it's all require resources, priorities, but still, if you open now one of those long list of MCPs, we don't have any presence of K-agent there. Maybe we can also put a MCP kind of for K-agent, which will bring us more people looking into the project and trying to integrate things like that. So basically all this about covering more audience, like people who work with MCP, if they can connect back to us, and also how we can reuse existing MCPs, which will bring us definitely users, because they will be able to work with K-agent and not some other tool or some other integrator, right? It's both ways. And I think that's the last one is just the flow itself. I tried recently to work a little bit on the developer experience, like when we are just one-click start of the environment and one-click of code spaces on the GitHub, for example. So you can open the editor, it will start for you like all the tools you need, and you can start contributing, you can start working. And I noticed that like Copilot is there, right? It's immediately can be integrated as well in this bigger K-agent kind of flow. And for example, I try to work with UI. So for UI, I need to start browser. I try to work with terminal. I can use K-agent CLI, and maybe the Copilot from the VS Code and this code spaces will be like a good option to connect, right? So just for different testing purposes and so on. So mainly from that perspective. If anyone wants to add or comment.
Yeah, I think two of us chatted about this a little bit. I think what would work is if we like, I would suggest to like just create like features or issues, right, in GitHub, just so we don't like forget, and then we can continue the discussion on the Discord as well. I think that would be a good flow to have. But I definitely agree, like having in terms of the MCP servers, we do have like there is a tool server component like CRD that we have, right? We are also talking about like having a place in the either community repo or the K-agent repo where we could share the agents, right? So the community could share the agents, create the agent that they've created. I guess we could do the same if we wanted to for the tool servers, right? So if you have like a good tool server that you know it works, you're actually using it in your agents, I don't see a reason why we couldn't have that in the community repo, but then also have a way to like either pick from the UI and have it installed or have it installed automatically, right? And same for those agents, right? So yeah, definitely great ideas there. Yeah.
Yeah, but
very,
for
very
example, to go with the coverage, which is like depending if we are talking about SRE DevOps audience, and you look on the entire like SDLC stack, you know, like you need to have some source control. So you need MCP for source control. You need to have basically some kind of other things, yeah, like what we already have, probably like Kubernetes and so on. Then monitoring. So we have a couple of gaps right now, right? Or even on default list of agents. So I think maybe the outcome of the current meeting and discussions and presentation could be that why we don't have like a GitLab MCP integrated. Maybe we can create a PR for that and try to connect this really end-to-end full loop. So let's say we can have a small demo with GitHub, Argo, you know, troubleshooting and so on, and going via GitOps flow. I think that will be fantastic for at least to me.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's try and do like let's pick one scenario and let's build an agent for it, and let's let's include all the tools that we need for that agent and have it as like next to the agents that we already have, and that way we can grow the grow the collection of actually useful agents that people will use, right?
Yeah.
As an automation guy, I want to say maybe we should do like a Terraform agent that would be amazing. I would love to just have an agent kind of write Terraform code, right? Push that into a repo, have, you know, the humans review it. And then as soon as it's pushed in, it actually, you know, deploys the infrastructure. I want to be able to use agents to do very kind of DevOpsy related stuff. And so a Terraform agent would be awesome, or any kind of IAC agent, maybe, you know,
Yeah, exactly.
for
Yeah, I think more generic. Yeah.
Whoever, yeah, we maybe have some more generic ones, but that's another one that I think would be awesome.
Perfect. I just heard Jason volunteer to do the terraforming.
I just raised my hand, didn't I?
Well, I don't know, but I completely agree. Like if we like there are a couple of tools that we have already in the project itself that can take natural language input and then spit out that YAML, right? So the Terraform thing would fall into the same area, I guess, right? It's take my natural language and then create me an actual Terraform out of it. So I can follow up with you in Discord, and we can maybe point you to something, and then we can work together and
that'd be great.
Come up with something. Yeah, that would be awesome.
That's awesome. Thank you, Jason and Peter. Anyone else wants to weigh in before we wrap up? Certainly, this is a longer term topic. So if you have anything, we can circle back maybe in a week or two if there's any major gaps. And also, like Dimitro said, feel free to open an issue in our repo. A PR would be better, but an issue is also good. All right, I'm not hearing anything, and we are a few minutes over, so I'd like to wrap this call up. Next week, though, something very, very exciting. I think Dimitri has done amazing work. We've given him a spotlight for our last week contributor, one of our most impactful contributor for the new release. And you also I think your PR just merged on the code space, so you're going to give us a demo on this. So we're really, really excited to hear from you on this next week. And if anybody else have anything interesting to show, please reach out to me or Peter. We would love to have you scheduled to, share us the story you have around building agents, OK agents, or a new agent gateway. Thank you, everyone, for joining, and I'll send the recording soon today. Thanks so much. Have a good day. Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.